The green flag flies once again. Haley, not a great restart here as Ryan C gets off to a good start, and now they're 4 wide going into 1.
That's it.
Oh, and around goes the 7, hard into the outside wall.
Buddy, hang on, hang on.
On the apron, the 21 of Anthony Alfredo was into the wall hard. He's upside down, sliding through 1 and 2. Looks like the 18 back there of Riley Herbst also involved. AMR safety crew will get to Anthony Alfredo quickly here. This will bring out a red flag as they will work to get Anthony out of the car.
The safety crews have worked really hard about how to get these cars flipped back over. You see them, they're down there assessing Anthony. That's what those guys in those blue suits are doing.
And they already have the tow straps out, getting ready to, as you mentioned, Jeff, flip the car over. Because remember, this driver is upside down in there, strapped in.
Guys, he was talking to his crew on the radio, trying to assess what to do first, unbuckle or wait for them to flip him over. But Anthony discussing with his crew on the radio before he unbuckled that part.
Well, Dave, that's a difficult thing because you're in there and the only thing holding you are those belts. And he's talking to his crew, which, number one, that's great news that he's talking to his team. But how do you get out of that car? If you unbuckle your belts, then you fall straight down into the roof.
These stock cars, 3,500
to roll him
pounds.
over. Just kind of pirouette it and get it back down on all 4.
So there you go. I think that was the spotter we heard right here. So.
So Anthony Alfredo, the 21-year-old from Ridgefield, Connecticut.
I remember the last time I've seen one having it get flipped over. It's been some years back.
They're going to pick you up and just kind of roll you back over easy on all 4, okay?
I love the communication.
Are they talking to you and letting you know what they're doing?
There you go. I love that. If I was in that car, I'd be a little panicked, you know what I mean? That's not a position you want to be in. Doesn't feel good, but just that communication, what's going on? You see them, what they're doing, how they're getting that car to roll over.
They've got it up on its side now. That's driver's side that it's sitting on.
It's amazing how they're using the 2 different cables, one pulling, one kind of releasing to set this car back down.
And again, they want to do this as gingerly as possible.
Yeah, and I know some people at home are, probably do it quicker, but, they've been in contact with the driver. Everybody's there in case something happens, fire or something else. They're all there in case something were to happen. So, although it would make us feel better to happen quicker, it's not the safest thing to do.
An amazing job rolling the car back over. They set it down very softly.
I never got on my roof in a race car, and I'm glad I didn't.
Thank goodness. And it looks as though Anthony is unbuckling his belts now. As you see him climbing out of that car, and that is a great sight. We had just heard him on the radio. He was frustrated.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up as he exits the car. He's going to walk to the ambulance. They'll take him to the infield care center to check him out. But guys, let's take a look at what happened. This was a big hit.
Oh, we knew this restart was going to be crazy. We had fresh tires in the back, guys up front protecting. You see the front row accelerate, but 2 or 3 rows back, that 7 of Justin Allgaier gets a big run, goes to the apron. Next thing we know, we're 4 wide on the apron, Jeff.
Yeah, everybody's got to go. Everybody has tires trying to get in track position, and Allgaier was just on the apron, entered the corner on the apron, and ended up getting up into the side of the 21.
Yeah, he ran out of, I mean, at some point, you have to make the corner. The corner has the banking. There were so many cars above him, he couldn't get up on the banking. It looked like he lost control. Take another look at it. Focus on that bright red or orange number 7 back here. That's kind of where the whole thing starts.
And normally you think you're going to get down here, you're going to slide up into the racetrack, but he just never had a chance to. Allgaier just kind of, I think, needed to give that spot up and get out of the throttle, but knowing there's a race win, if you can make it work, maybe ahead of you, just chose to stay in the gas.
And look at this car. It gets up on its side. It's sliding. You know, these cars have roof flaps that design them to stay on the ground when you see a high-speed rollover at, say, a restrictor plate track. But here, that wasn't really an aerodynamic thing. The cars aren't going at top speed on this restart. That's just the force of this car hitting that outside wall, throws it up into the air, and then, Jeff, as we saw, it slides to a stop on its roof.
Yeah, there was another car involved in this, too, that got him up and upside down when he did hit the wall. Take another look. Here's the 18 of Riley. Herbst, he gets into him.
Both of those young drivers are having good nights tonight.
And when you see a car gets upside down, Jeff, it takes me back to the technology we don't talk about so much. From a 5-point to a 6-point to a 7-point seatbelt harness, all of those points that are added are down around your hips and legs for this reason, to keep a driver pulled straight down in the seat so they don't go up when a car gets upside down.
That's a big impact. I mean, obviously it's dramatic when he rolls over, but as you said, Steve, the impact is what rolled him over. The advancement inside these race cars' seats, the limit of the movement of the driver is so important. The belts you just spoke about, the seat technology, the head surrounds, the Hans system, all of those things designed to limit mobility, to keep everything intact with the driver. Just such a different world today. And the wall that he hit, it's a safer barrier, absorbs energy. Just such a different world than it was 20 years ago.
And you talk about safety advantages. Just this year, we saw that huge wreck with Ryan Newman at Daytona. One of the issues with that accident was oil coming out of the oil tank. NASCAR's put a valve in place to limit that.
Back it down.
You see this huge accident from back in the field.
All of them will slide down. Got one upside down, so take your time. Go to the very top here. A lot of debris in the middle. Cars are gone.
Amazes me.
Cars are gone in front.
Demeanor